haven't figured out exactly what I want to do with this, but let's go ahead. I think what we'll start with is let's color the multiplication numbers, the numbers that we're using to multiply. We'll color those the same color first. And I want to show you how to select multiple cells in perpendicular directions. You know, you can click and drag to make a selection like that, right? Let's say I wanted to select these cells as well and do all of this formatting at the same time. Well, press and hold your Control key. This would be the Command key on the Macintosh platform. And then click and drag. And that will leave your previous selection selected and add to it. So now we've got all of these cells selected. So nice and easy. Let's go ahead and change the background. That's done on the Font tab, or you can right-click. If you want, you can go to Format Cells and see where it says Fill here. We can select a color. This is like a background color. Now, it's going to be kind of hard to figure out what it's going to look like in the preview because whenever cells are selected, they kind of change color. So what you get here is a nice color sample at the bottom when you click on any of these little swatches. Now, if you don't like the colors that show up here, you want a little bit more variation, you can go to More Colors. And here you've got basically an infinite selection of hue and tone. So lots of things you can pick from here and get just the right color dialed in. Okay, let's go with that one. And also while I'm here, let's click Fill Effects. Lots of weird stuff that you can do to make things look a little bit more visually appealing. I'll let you play with these. It's really simple the way that they work. You do the first color that you want. Notice there's a gradient transition here. You select the first color that you want, and then the second color that you want it to fade to. And I picked the wrong hue. There we go. And then you can select from the options here. We have the shading styles, horizontal, and that's why the line is horizontally across there. Different variations on the same theme. We can do vertical, diagonal, from the corner, etc. But we're not going to do any of that right now. We're just going to go with this sample solid color and click OK, and then deselect there, and that makes those cells filled in with that selected color. Now things are already starting to look nice, but we're going to make it even better. Each one of these rows, and I will be showing you later on how you can do a lot of this stuff automatically, but you need to know how to be able to do it manually because you need to, make adjustments, and some things there aren't really good automatic settings for anyway, and it's better just to create it from scratch. But we're going to use the same technique, and I'm going to basically color every other line. So let's click and drag here. Again, I'm going to hold my Control key down. That would be the Command key on the Mac. And I'm going to select every other row till we get to the bottom. And then we'll right-click, go to Format Cells. And let's see, what would be good? Let's go with a grayish color and click OK. And there we go. Now this by itself has really helped us out quite a bit because now it's a lot easier, if I say 5 and I move over, it's a lot easier to follow the line across and get to, the result that I'm looking for. So those are some really simple fill effects just to make things stand out, kind of organize and group your data a little bit more. Let's go ahead and select this as well, and I want to show you this little drop down where it says font here. This is basically the same kind of thing, and this is going to give you a preview of your color. Okay, so if we do it this way, we actually do get a preview. Let's go with a light green, and I'll go ahead and select again every other cell, just because we want to make things nice and bright. And remember, the way these buttons work, the last thing that you did shows up there. So I can click on that. It turns them all green at the same time. And that's going to be it for now. I think this is a good place to save this and to have you go ahead, pause the video if you need to. Go ahead, go over to Excel, do the same thing, experiment with the different colors, practice that control, click, and drag stuff so you can select multiple cells that are not adjacent. And then when you're ready, we'll go ahead and I'll show you how to do some of this stuff automatically in the next exercise.